Hey everybody, Kaila Jarvis, Global Trust and Safety Advisor for Helpshift, a keyword studio, here with a super cool person, Mark. Mark, do you want to introduce yourself?
Absolutely, thanks Kaila. My name is Mark Frumkin. I am the Director of Customer Success at Modulate. We are a voice intelligence company that specializes in machine learning and AI products in voice, helping people in the gaming industry, helping studios in the gaming industry, and folks outside of this industry solve whatever problems they're experiencing when it comes to voice chat and when people are connecting over voice.
So cool. Just your answer there prompted me, like what, from a trust and safety perspective, so what we're here to talk about is like better together. So you have awesome technology. We're the first to the space in audio moderation, and we have awesome humans that help in that process. So we're talking better together when it comes to trust and safety. But you touched on it, like what are some of the key problems that your technology is solving? And then part two, where do you see humans fitting into that part of the process?
That's a great question. I'm going to answer part two a little bit first and then spin back around. I mean, even with the technology that we're using, there is no taking humans out of the loop. Either when you're preparing the tech and building the technology, or when you're evaluating the results, setting up experiments, and making decisions. Of course, in today's world, there's tech everywhere. AI is all over the place. But no matter how advanced these technologies get, it's really, really difficult to fully automate a process. And so even from the beginning of developing these machine learning models, we rely on experts to help us label data sets and really determine what's happening in voice chat and where things are going wrong or where things are going right. And then when it comes to working with these studios, we work directly with moderators, we work with policy experts that might be using technology, but they are not technology themselves. And so it's really difficult to imagine a world where we would step away from working with humans, even though technology keeps getting better and advancing as well.
Yeah, fantastic. I love that answer. When you say policymakers, my mind goes in a couple different directions. I think policy when it comes to like regulation and such, is that what you mean, or do you mean policy in a different way?
Yeah, policy when it comes to regulation is really important. Specifically, I was also talking about policy that helps users of any kind of platform understand what the expectations are for their behavior on the platform. So there are more kind of heavyweight legal regulation type of policies, and those are, of course, informing the technology that we build and the solutions that we package and kind of work with our partners on. But when I'm talking about policy experts, I'm also talking about the folks that are defining what's acceptable and what's not acceptable behavior across a variety of different kind of modes of behavior on this platform or for the participants of the game or players of the titles.
Makes a lot of sense. I'm going to pivot us for 1 second because I have a very important question for you.
Sure.
If you had to define in your words, your one word, what does trust and safety mean to you?
Trust and safety to me is all about partnership.
Partnership, that's a new one. Tell me more.
There's, it's kind of a trick answer because it's a variety of different partnerships. It's people partnering with other people to solve problems. It's studios and platforms partnering with their own communities to understand what kind of experiences their players and their users are actually looking for. It's partnering with other professionals in the trust and safety space that have done these kinds of things before and have learned from failures and learned from their successes and are willing to share that information. So it's really all different kinds of partnership, but that's what I think of when I think of trust and safety.
Love that so much. That warms my heart, and I think it's bang on as well, because I mean, we always say it's no one thing, there's no silver bullet, and it means a plethora of different things, but that partnership in all of those aspects, absolutely true, absolutely true. Where we sit right now with AI and the advancement, and particularly with you folks in the audio space, like where do you see the future? This is a big question. Where do you see the future of trust and safety? Like, do you think more companies will be paying more attention? Do you think it's just something that becomes second nature, so it's running in the background? What do you think? Something else?
I like what you just said about it being second nature, but my mind did not go to running in the background. It went to this is a part of everything that these companies do in the gaming industry and beyond as well. For a long period of time, I would say trust and safety was very underfunded, underinvested in, and especially now as more and more folks are catching up to where technology is going, and of course technology is running even faster, people are more concerned and more interested in this broad kind of trust and safety space and discipline. And so what I'm hoping and what I think is going to happen is there's going to be continued interest, which drives further investment and more participation, and folks really get excited because they can really make an impact here as technology continues to advance as well.
Absolutely, and you used a keyword there for me, which was investment, because so often when I work with companies, they have to fight for budget and for resources and all of those things,
All the
and
time.
we're seen as a massive cost center versus an investment. And the conversation that we're hoping to switch is that if you invest in this, you're investing directly into your community, and we know all the stats out there that players tend to leave because it's an unhealthy and unwelcoming and unfriendly, a toxic, a disruptive environment. So if you invest in your trust and safety departments, then you elevate it all and the community grows.
Absolutely, and there's the other side of that coin, right? You mentioned kind of unhealthy communities, but players love being part of healthy communities as well. And investing in trust and safety doesn't just mean considering all of the bad stuff that's out there and all of the code of conduct violations. It also means you're actively thinking about all of the good behaviors that you want to see and nudging people towards those pro-social behaviors, creating a better community, a more welcoming and a safer community, while keeping engagement up as well, which is super important when you're making these kind of business decisions about where you want to go next with your title or with your company.
Absolutely. There's a line that I love, which is less bad doesn't always equal more good.
Yes.
You have to solve for the safety issues, but at the same time, you have to build that trust and you have to elevate your community experience, right?
Definitely.
Awesome.
There's a lot to be said about gathering the right data and making data-backed decisions, especially for us in the trust and safety space. We have a lot of instincts and intuitions about what works and what doesn't work and what we expect to have happen. But when you're trying to bring others along for the ride, then using numbers is the way to make your arguments maximally convincing.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been talking with Mark Frumkin of Modulate. Again, I'm Kaila Jarvis from Helpshift, a keyword studio, all things trust and safety that we love. Can you leave our audience with one thing? If I had a magic wand, trust me, I wish that I did, and I could wave it and like poof, this would be the sort of perfect scenario for trust and safety. What does that look like for you?
Oh, the perfect scenario for trust and safety is hard.
It's not a hard question. Come on, I'm just kidding.
One of the things that I'm immediately thinking about is having more people kind of recognize what trust and safety is, and be able to learn about it in wherever it is they learn about new things. And so I think it's pretty rare that in college courses or other online learning courses, folks are saying, hey, the trust and safety space and this discipline is really interesting, and you get to impact everything from policy on the more regulation side to policy on the platform side to, in the studio's case, game design, other production decisions. It's really a place where you can have so much impact. And if I were to wave my magic wand, I wish that more people would just know about that and would intuitively get it.
I love that so much. Mark, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me, Kaila.
Really enjoy it. Should we dance our way out
Let's do
to
it.
the grooves? Thanks, everyone.
Nice.
We had to get it in there.